just for reading. I don't know why.
Presents this woman?
My wife.
Hey, welcome everybody. Have a seat. Have a seat. Except for you.
No,
that's not going to work out, is it? Yeah. Okay. Well, welcome. Finally, we got a break in the weather. There's no rain. Thank goodness. We were all worried about that and with this event. So let's begin. Get these two married, right?
Yay.
Yeah, I know. It's been only, what, 15, 20 years ago? All right, now, in total honesty, I first met Chris and Courtney when you were assigned to be in my freshman English class up here at Hemmaz. I think at different times, but you were assigned. And that's where I first met them. And from my perspective now, seeing the arc of their lives take off, it's been a real joy to watch this grow and for you to become. It's sometimes sweet, sometimes quirky, sometimes sad, but it's always fun. And I've always enjoyed it. Here comes the cat. Now, for all of us out here who are married, we know this. Couples seldom take the time to articulate why they want to marry. They just know. But to actually give voice to your reasons makes that relationship real. It gives it a life. So I gave Chris and Courtney one final class assignment. And that was to write letters to me describing how they feel, why they want to marry, to tell me their story so I can share it with all of you. Now, these two have known each other a very long time, and they have a lot of shared history, and it's reflected in their letters. They didn't share them with each other, but I got them, looked at them, and I could tell. So Chris drew the short straw. He goes first. Now, Chris is generally a fairly quiet guy, but when he does say something, you better listen, because it's probably a really good zinger, and you'll want to write it down. One test in a relationship is dealing with tragedy, and Chris writes about the death of his mother, that Courtney was, quote, there for the extremely large and excruciating things, too. She was there for me every second when I lost my mom. I was far from easy to be around then. She has a grace and strength I've never seen before, and I'm thankful to have her. She's helped me become a better, more rounded person. You know, that's really, that's a sweet and honest sentiment, and so very true. As many of you know, these two have pretty quirky worldviews. Chris says, our humor and wit are completely in sync. I struggle to explain it, but it's wonderful. We just have to look at one another, and we know, regardless of the situation, she and I have developed a catalog of references, jokes, and nonsense we use to communicate. I say this might be the most important reason of them all, because sometimes humor is all we have in life. I'm glad I found the person who can dissipate the darkness from those low moments in life, and I hope I can do the same for her. Now, this is the language of married couples. A raised eyebrow, a nod, a phrase, is loaded with meaning and history, and you're there. As for the future, Chris says, looking ahead in life, we both want children. If we're fortunate enough to have them, I can think of nobody more compassionate and loving than her. He goes on to say, in many ways, I feel like we're married already. She's been my best friend and partner for a long time. Every struggle and challenge we go through, we deal with each other. Sometimes we're successful, sometimes we fail in a spectacular, glittering fireball. Don't let that one hang there for a while. Either way, we do it together, and when it's all over, we dust ourselves off and meet the next challenge stronger than we were before. That's a lovely one. Now for Courtney's story. She says, we aren't perfect people. We argue about important things and we argue about unimportant things. He has this ability to annoy me like no one has ever been able to annoy me before, or since. But he can also make me laugh harder than anyone has before, or since. And it has taken a lot of work to get to this point. But nothing worth anything has ever come by easily. Love is hard work. You have to make the decision every day that you're going to love this person. And you have to be prepared to accept the changes this person will go through during life. And you have to be willing to accept these changes and change with them. Love isn't stationary, she says. It's ever moving and ever changing. There's an ebb and flow to it. There's some days I can't stop staring at him because of my love for that man, and then there are days where I look at him and question whether or not I want to be on an episode of Snap. I'll let that one hang there for a while too. She ends her letter with this. She says, why do I want to marry Chris Gabennesch? Well, it's not for his last name, that's for sure. I want to marry Chris because, quite simply, I love him. I know I said love isn't easy, but that's not entirely true. Life isn't easy. But when you find the right person, love is. Loving Chris is easy. It's life that's hard, and I look forward to the challenges that might ahead the rewards it brings for us. Ralph Waldo Emerson wrote, there's a crack in everything God made. Everything is flawed, including us and our relationships. But once you accept and look past those imperfections and embrace them, then we see true beauty in love. William Faulkner wrote, you don't love because, you love despite. Not for the virtues, but despite the faults. Now, you two have already discovered that love is accepting the faults along with the virtues. You believe in each other. You have faith in each other. You support each other. You are that pillar of strength for the other. And that strength will guide you. You are both dreamers and realists. And that's a pretty sweet place to be. The fact is, you two have been married for a while. This ceremony only recognizes what we've all known for a long time. Today, you're surrounded by the people who love you. This is your network for guidance, help, support. All of us here wish you love, strength, and humor to respect and build a wonderful marriage. Well, it's time to do the vows, and they have written their own vows. So Chris, you get to go first.
All right. I went paperless. It's on my phone.
Your battery's working.
It's a little spy. Courtney, you're the love of my life, my best friend, and my other half. I promise to always trudge through life's struggles with you, just as I promise to always walk alongside of you when life is sunny and good. I want to build a family, pass on all the lessons we've learned with them, and continue to grow on this wacky journey together.
Oh, okay. Hang on a second. Chris, at this house is where we started dating. I'm gonna leave this. Here is where we get married. I love you, and I promise that I would always take care of you, and I swear I will keep that promise. You're the love of my life. And I just want to love you a lot. And I can't wait to see what happens from this day on. And I can't wait to argue over the thermostat with you and always lose the remote. And I just can't wait to spend my life with you. And keep doing it. Aiden does. That's mine.
With this ring I be wed.
With this ring, I be wed.
All that I am, I give to you.
Give to you.
All that I have, I share with you.
Share.
With this ring I be wed.
This ring I do wed.
All that I am, I give to you. And all that I have, I share with you. The Apache wedding prayer is a sweet, sweet sentiment that's appropriate definitely for this couple and for this day. Now you will feel no rain, for each of you will be shelter for the other. Now you will feel no cold, for each of you will be warmth for the other. Now there is no more loneliness, for each of you will be companion for the other. Now you are two bodies, but there is one life before you. May your days be good